Hi guys, so I want to come back and talk a little bit more about the drone. This drone right here that I made a review of this afternoon. And we are going to show you what kind of battery this takes. So here is the battery pack. Now this battery pack has quite a bit of juice. So you can do long flight times with it. So as you can see, it's a lithium-ion battery, 7.4 volts at 850 milliampere. It's a C917 6.30 watt hours. So this is a very, very powerful battery, and you can do half an hour flight time with this battery, because this is, I think, either a 2S or a 3S LiPo battery, and it has quite some juice, like I said. Now I have charged this battery up, and this is the charge lead. The way that works is you can plug this into your computer, plug this into the battery here, and the way it works is when the battery is charging, a red light comes on and a green light flickers. Means the battery is charging. And when the battery is full, the red light goes out and the green light stops flickering, and the green light is going to stay on. So that's how you know that the battery is full. Now to go over the controls of the joystick. Now I'm gonna move this drone to the side. So this is the on and off switch. This button on top here is if you want to fly the headless mode. This is for headless flying. This button here, that's to hold the altitude of the drone. So let's say you're flying 120 meters and you want to hold your drone at 120 meters, press that button for the altitude holding. Now this button here, you can calibrate the headless mode, which means level calibration and head-free flight direction. That is for calibrating the headless mode, and that is the calibration for the compass, which means you have to press this button when you're calibrating the drone. The way you calibrate the drone is hold it in your hand like this, do a 360 turn, put the drone down like that, do a 360 turn, put the drone up like this, or like this even, when you're going around like that, 360, go down, and in a 360 circle, hold it up, and a 360 circle, and that's how you calibrate the drone. This button down here is for one click landing. This button there is for one click takeoff, and this button here is for if you have an emergency landing. But you wouldn't want to press that when your drone is 90 meters in the air, because if you press that button, the drone will fall from the sky and it's going to break. So you want to press that button when the battery is going dead and when your drone is on the ground. That's when you want to press the button to turn off the drone in an emergency. Now this button on top here is the one-click return button, which means when you press that button, the drone will come back to you where you have started. Here is the speed control button. I think you have 2 or 3 speed dials. This button here is the button for the camera for making pictures, and press it again for making videos. Press it again to cancel the video. So you're going back to doing pictures. And like I said, these are antennas. You can rotate them like that. That is what you want to do. Have them sticking up like this. I'm going to put these back down like so, because that's the way they were in the box. And I'll show you the rest. Now I have put batteries in here already. What you do is screw that out. Press that down. Now this takes 3 AAA batteries. I had 4 good batteries left over that I bought yesterday. So I have put 3 AAA batteries in here. That is what it takes. This is the on and off switch. So let's have a look at what features this drone has. I'm going to put up the instructions here. Now these are the remote control instructions like I just showed you. No need to read that because I already explained it. Now this is how you calibrate the drone and where to fly your drone in environment friendly requirements. This is the drone calibration. Calibrate of the compass. Frequency matching between remote control and drone. That's how you would calibrate the drone up and down, like you would calibrate a regular normal drone. And this just shows you here that you have to turn the drone on first, the arrow pointing over to the control, and then you turn on your control. It's like you would switch on a regular drone. First the drone and then the controller. If you want to turn it off, it's the controller and then the drone. So keep that in mind, guys. So these things here are the basic controls of the drone. Now this picture up here is the remote control setup of the drone motor. Now when you have the drone calibrated, pressing these downwards at an angle, the propellers of the drone here are going to start turning. So you can press the one button takeoff to fly the drone. When your drone comes in the landing, press the one-click landing button there and press these joysticks down at an angle, and that will turn off the rotors on the drone. So yeah, I don't have to explain the rest, I don't think. This one here is for declining and ascent. This one here turns the drone clockwise and counterclockwise. This one here goes forwards and backwards, left and right, like on a regular drone. So yeah. Advanced flight function. Speed gear adjustment. That's the speed dial on the controller. Photographing. These are just the explanations of the different buttons on the controller. Yeah. Alignment level and head-free flight direction. So it shows you here, you have to calibrate that. See what else is in here. Now here you have your apps, your drone apps that you have to scan from either Google Play, iOS, or the Chinese Android. Now what I did was took that one here from the Google Play, and you can select different types of languages. I picked English, or even I picked German. And here are the safety measures: altitude hold mode, indoor mode. I wouldn't like to fly my drone indoors. Low power protection that drone has. That means as soon as the batteries are going dead, the drone recognizes that and it will return safely to your start point. It has an emergency stop, which is quite good. That is that button on top there. The stop button, that's the emergency button. Entering the software. So what you do there is it records the flight that you have flown with your drone. Let's say you have a flight date of 2020, 3rd of the 5th, and you have flown maybe 20 meters. That flight record data is going to get saved here, and then you would be able to see your flight data that you have been flying on that particular day, which is also a good idea from that company. Here you have the Wi-Fi. Here the Wi-Fi is LM Wi-Fi 5G. Now my Wi-Fi looks different to that. That's just an example. I think I have a different Wi-Fi number. So, and then here you have the explanation of the different icons on your cell phone. The different functions of those keys that are shown up here. This has also a gesture control, where you can use your gesture for the drone. You can move the drone as well via gesture. Now here, this is interesting. The parameter settings. Novice mode, reversal of lens. You can do all that here. And viewing angle of a VR. Now I don't have VR glasses, but I might get them if I find cheap VR glasses somewhere. Now it says here, novice are recommended to operate the drone under the novice mode. These are the novice settings right here. Now you can set them from, the default is 30 meters. The default setting for the flight height is 30 meters, and the return altitude is the default 25 meters. Now you can set those when you have your drone turned on and save, press save. Now you want to push this guy up here to over there, and then you can set your flight distance from 20 meters to 2000 meters. Now I have set mine here to 2000 meters, which means I can fly the drone 2 kilometers away from me. And I have set the default, I have set the flight height to 120 meters. The flight height means how high you can fly your drone, which is, I have set it to 120 meters. And the return altitude, you can also set that to 120 meters. And you're going to have to save it, because if you don't save it, the default numbers are going to be used. So I have saved mine to 2000 meters, 120 meters flight height and 120 meters altitude when the drone is going to be coming back. I have saved all those, so I'm pretty good. I'm dialed in. So here you have the mobile following up, which means the follow me mode. When you're walking, the drone will follow you, even if you have your control in your hand. And the drone is going to fly over the tree, over an obstacle, that is. If you walk past a small obstacle, the drone is going to fly over it. Here you can see it more clearly. The guy is walking past the tree and the drone is flying over the tree, and it's going to keep following him. That's a good function. Advanced function. Fixed point follow-up. And here you have a little map, which is also going to be displayed, which means map and black box. You can select an area or a place on that map where your drone is going to fly to. Let's say you have selected from your start point somewhere up here, so your drone is going to fly maybe 300 meters to that area, and it's going to stay there, and you can call it back as well. So that's a pretty good deal that they have put in a map, so you can select a place on the map where your drone is going to fly to. That is something awesome. And then you can use the full screen display up here. MV recording, that's probably voice recording, and the gesture recognition down there. And here you have the flight among waypoints, which means that if you select your waypoint, maybe you want to do some circle flying, so you can put in a number, maybe 45 or 87, and that drone is going to fly a 87 meter circle. That drone is going to fly in a circle at 80 meters. In the open air, you can click the button and set the flight radius. Yeah, that drone is going to be flying at an 80 meter diameter circle, which is also awesome. So that concludes the instructions. It's all in English, which is great. You can always look back if you want to know something. So I hope you have liked this video, because this concludes the explanation of the instructions and the controller and the drone. So once the weather is good and it's not that windy outside, I'm going to fly the drone, and we will see you in the next one. Bye bye. And thanks for watching.